Hello everyone. So we will start our discussion regarding some basic concepts of chemistry. In this chapter, mainly we concentrate on mole concept, percentage, composition, empirical and molecular formulas, and regarding stoichiometry, that means including balancing of reactions and percentage yield, percentage purity, and so on. And then we will concentrate on equivalent weight, methods of determining equivalent weight, and then methods of determining atomic weight, molecular weight, laws of chemical combination. In addition to that, we will discuss about methods of expressing concentration, methods of expressing concentration, and also and regarding how to solve problems related to stoichiometry. So we better call it as stoichiometric calculation. Stoichiometric calculation. And we will discuss volumetric analysis as a separate chapter. Solving problems of volumetric analysis, we will deal it as a separate topic, right? So till this we will discuss. Now, before continuing, so let me start with matter, classification of matter, and then we will continue further. Anything which occupies some space, that means which occupies certain volume and have certain mass, occupy certain volume and have some mass, is called as matter. This matter is classified into two forms: physical forms of matter, chemical forms of matter. Physical forms of matter are solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. In addition to that, we have two more forms: Bose-Einstein condensate state and plasma state. So at very low temperatures, extremely low temperatures, you will have Bose-Einstein condensate state. At extremely high temperatures, we will have plasma state, right? So this exists at high temperatures and this exists at low temperatures regarding plasma state and Bose-Einstein condensate state. Now, already you know that solids have certain shape and occupy certain volume. All the atoms are closely packed, right? In compared to liquids, liquids have certain definite volume to occupy the shape of the container, and they don't have definite shape. Gas, yes, no definite shape as well as no definite volume. It also occupies the total volume. So we consider these liquids and gases as fluids, right? So here we will discuss these two parts under the set of fluids. Now regarding chemical methods of expressing matter, so according to chemical forms, matter was given as pure substances, mixtures. These mixtures are nothing but obtained by mixing components. By mixing two or more components, you will get mixtures. So you will get homogeneous, heterogeneous. If all the components are distributed uniformly throughout the volume, then they are called as homogeneous. If they are not distributed uniformly, then they are called as heterogeneous. Of course, our crystalloids are, we also call them as true solutions. These crystalloids, true solutions, comes under homogeneous. Crystalloids, or we call them as true solutions, they come under homogeneous, whereas mud in water, which are heterogeneous, right? Colloidal solutions, of course, colloidal solutions can come under heterogeneous concept. Now coming to pure substances, They are classified into elements, compounds. Elements possess only one type of atoms. Compounds have different types of atoms. Anyhow, the stable form of element or compound is called as molecule. So molecule means smallest stable independently existing form of matter. That means I can call it as a form of either element or compound. We call that as molecule. So for example, you can take hydrogen. Hydrogen is an element. So molecular form of it is H2. Similarly, if you take methane, methane is a compound. So element molecular form is CH4, right? So smallest stable independently existing form of element or compound, we call it as molecule. Then we will first come to mole concept. You are already familiar with this mole. Mole is just a number. We also call it as Avogadro's number. It is nothing but 6.022 into 10 power 23. Similar to that of Dyson, similar to that of Riem, right, Queer, etc. Avogadro's number, Na means Avogadro's number. Mole means nothing but Avogadro number of species. And there are some conversion factors we have discussing. 1 angstrom unit means 10 power minus 10 meter. 1 nanometer means 10 power minus 9 meter. Picometer means 10 power minus 12. Fermi means 10 power minus 15. 1 Fermi means 10 power minus 15 meter, and so on. Similarly, liter means a decimeter cube. 1 meter cube means 10 cube decimeter cubes or 10 power 6 centimeter cube. That means we can write as 1000 liters or 10 power 6 ml. Next, 1 atmosphere means 760 mm of mercury or 760 Thor. 1 Thor means 1 mm of mercury. Or we can write as 1.01325 into 10 power 5 Pascal. Pascal means Newton per meter square. 1 bar means 10 power 5 Pascal. 1 calorie means 4.2, approximately 4.2 joules. 1 electron volt means 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules. As such, these are some conversion terms. Now regarding atomic mass. Atomic mass is nothing but mass of an atom. Generally, mass of an atom is expressed in AMU. If you take carbon, generally we write as carbon as C612, right? So if you take one atom of carbon will be 12 AMU. Similarly, if you take H2O molecule, it is 18 AMU. Reason, oxygen is 816, hydrogen 1. So there are 2 hydrogens. So it is 2 plus 16, totally 18 AMU. Right? So actual mass means mass of one atom or one molecule which has to be expressed in grams. For example, if you take carbon, it is nothing but equal to 12 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 gram. Water, 18 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Right? That is nothing but 1 AMU. 1 AMU means 1 upon Avogadro number of grams. So that is 6.022 into 10 power 23 grams, which can also be written as 1.67 into 10 power minus 24 grams. So that's what we have written, 12 AMU. Instead of AMU, I have written 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Right? So the water is 18 AMU, so we have written as 18 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Next, relative atomic mass means comparing atomic mass with something else. Generally, we take C12 as a reference. So 1 AMU is defined as 1/12 of mass of C612. 1 AMU is defined as 1/12 of mass of C612 atom, right? Next, gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass means atomic mass expressed in terms of gram. That means we are expressing for 1 mole. Gram atom means 1 mole. Gram molecule means 1 mole of molecules, right? So gram atomic mass means mass of 1 mole of atoms. Gram molecular mass means mass of 1 mole of molecules, right? This is about mole concept. Just I am giving a brief again. Mole is a number, that is 6.022 into 10 power 23. Atomic mass means mass of an atom, right? So that is nothing but mass number expressed in AMU. Mass number expressed in AMU. If it is C612, mass number is 12, so 12 AMU. Oxygen 816, mass number is 16, so 16 AMU. One atom of oxygen is 16 AMU, and so on, based upon its isotopic mass. Actual mass means expressing that mass in terms of grams. Relative mass means comparing mass of an element with respect to C612 or whatever they have mentioned it. Gram atomic mass means gram atom means 1 mole of atoms. Gram molecule means 1 mole of molecules. Gram atomic mass means mass of 1 mole of atoms, right? So this is about this particular atomic mass, molecular mass, and so on. Now let me check this. The modern atomic weight was based upon, so what we have taken C612 as a reference, and we have defined atomic mass in terms of C612. That's what we have discussed. 1 AMU or 1 Dalton. 1 AMU or 1 Dalton is nothing but 1 upon Avogadro number of grams. 1 upon Avogadro number of grams, which is nothing but equal to 1/12 part of 1/12 part of mass of C612 atom, right? So carbon 12 isotope. So that is nothing but atomic weight. Now gram atomic weight. Gram atom means 1 mole of atoms. Gram atom means 1 mole of atoms. Now they are asking about weight of 1 mole of oxygen atoms. So if you take oxygen is 816. That means if you take one atom oxygen is equal to 16, right? So or we can write as a 16 into, instead of 1 AMU I can write as 1 upon Avogadro number of grams. 1 upon Avogadro number of grams. Now if you take 1 mole of atoms, 1 mole of atoms is equal to 16 into 6.022 into 10 power 23 AMU. Instead of AMU we can substitute this term. Then you will get the answer as 16 grams. So mass of 1 mole of atoms, oxygen atoms, is nothing but equal to 16 grams. So nothing but expressing its mass number in terms of grams. Gram atomic weight means simply expressing mass number in terms of grams. Atomic weight means expressing mass number in terms of AMU. For example, if you take oxygen, oxygen O816, one atom is 16 AMU. 1 gram atom is equal to 16 grams, or 1 mole of atoms is equal to 16 grams. Similarly, if you have taken phosphorus 1531, if you take one atom of phosphorus weighs 31 AMU. If you take 1 mole of phosphorus atoms, or which is also called as gram atomic weight. Gram atomic weight of phosphorus 1531 is 31 grams. So simple. Now coming to molecular weight of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is 1632. Oxygen is 816. So there are one sulfur atom, that means 32. Two oxygens means 32. Total is 64. So molecular mass of SO2 is 64 AMU. Now what is 1 AMU? 1 AMU means 1/12 part of C612 isotope, right? Is nothing but equal to 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 grams, not kgs. If it is grams, then this is also correct. So given kgs means wrong. Now 1 gram of hydrogen is not 1 AMU. 1/14. If it is 1/16th, 1/16th of O816, then it is also correct. So as of now, 1 AMU means 1/12th of C612. The actual molecular mass of chlorine is chlorine molecular mass means chlorine is Cl2. Molecular mass, molecular means we need to take weight of both chlorine atoms and also into 6.022 into 10 power 23 grams. So 35.5 chlorine is 35.5 into 2, because there are 2 chlorines. So 35, that means 71. So we write as 71 into 6.023 into 10 power 23. Sorry, this is not 10 power 23. 71 into 71 AMU, no? So AMU written as 1 upon, that means we can write as 1.67 into 10 power minus 24 grams. So we need to use that Avogadro number, 1 upon Avogadro number. So it is 71 into 1.67 into 10 power minus 24 grams, right? So you will get that as 71 and 7 6 are 42. So another, so 7 7s are 49. So approximately 70 plus 50, close to 120. 120 into 10 power minus 24. So answer is option 2, right? So this is nothing but actual atomic mass or molecular mass, mole, and so on. Now, coming to next concept. Definition of a mole. What is a mole? Mole is defined as number of atoms exactly in 12 grams of Cc12I2 isotope. So number of atoms exactly present in carbon 12 isotope, that is called 1 mole, right? If you have 12 grams, means Avogadro number of atoms. 12 grams means Avogadro number of atoms. Already we have discussed 1 AMU means 1/12th of C612 mass, which is nothing but 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 grams. 1 gram atom is nothing but 1 mole. Gram atomic mass means mass of 1 mole of atoms. Moles of atoms equal to mass by gram atomic mass. So, or instead of says, can I write number of moles is equal to weight upon either atomic weight or molecular weight or formula weight, right? If you want number of atoms, weight by atomic weight, number of moles, weight by molecular weight, number of formula units, number of moles of formula units, weight by formula weight, right? This is about mole. Now you need to understand this. If you take 1 mole means Avogadro number of particles. Now according to Avogadro's law, if you take standard conditions, that means STP conditions, that means 1 atmosphere pressure and 273 Kelvin, right? Then volume of 1 mole of gas is 22.7 liters. We call that as NTP, normal temperature and pressure conditions, NTP condition. Generally we take it as 22.4. There is a particular difference between 22.7 and 22.4. We will discuss that in gaseous state chapter. What is the difference there? So as of now, so remember 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters, and we will do the calculations accordingly. But there is a significant difference between NTP and STP, and there is another term called as SATP. So we have 3 terms: STP, NTP, and SATP, different terms, right? So NTP means 1 mole occupies 22.7 liters, STP means it will take it as 22.4 liters, SATP means we will take it as 24.6 liters. These are all molar volumes. That means volume of 1 mole of gas. So in gaseous state chapter we will discuss in detail. Now, average molar mass. Average molar mass or average atomic mass means we will take average of all isotopes, then you will get average atomic mass. Average molar mass means average of all the types of molecules present in the given mixture. So if they have given n1 moles of a gas having molecular weight m1, n2 moles of another gas having molecular weight m2, then you will write n1 m1 plus n2 m2 plus and so on divided by total number of moles. Then you will get average molecular mass. We will see certain problems related to it. Now coming to density, we have two terms, density: absolute density, relative density. Absolute density means nothing but mass by volume. We also call it as specific gravity. We also call it as specific gravity. Specific gravity means mass by volume. Another term is there, specific volume. Specific volume means volume by mass, or which is nothing but equal to 1 upon density. Another term, specific charge. Specific charge means charge by mass. Specific charge means nothing but charge by mass, right? So there we have different terms. Relative density. Vapor density is a relative density. Relative density means the density of a gas with respect to some other gas. If I have compared that density of gas with respect to hydrogen, then we call it as vapor density. So vapor density is nothing but half of molecular mass, or we can write molecular weight of a substance equal to 2 times of vapor density. If I want to bring relation between any parameters, whether it is weight, volume, or number of particles, whatever it is, the key role is moles. Key role is moles. This is the key. If they have given mass, if we want to find moles, from mass find a number of moles and then volume. From mass find a number of moles and then find number of particles. From mass find number of moles and then find molarity, whatever the things. So the junction is number of moles. So whatever they have asked, first find number of moles and from that calculate others, right? So for example, if they have given volume, if you want to find weight, so first find number of moles. So number of moles equal to volume given by molar volume. What is molar volume? If it is standard STP conditions, I will write 22.4 liters. So volume by 22.4 liters gives number of moles. After finding number of moles, find weight. So what is the relation between number of moles and weight? Number of moles equal to weight by molecular weight. So if I multiply number of moles with molecular weight, you will get weight, right? So as such, if you want to bring any relation, bring that relation through number of moles. Next, let us see some more problems. Calculate number of atoms in 11.2 liters of SO2 gas at STP. Given STP. At STP 1 mole means, at STP 1 mole means 22.4 liters. Given 11.2 liters. 11.2 liters means half mole. It is nothing but half of it. So 11.2 liters means half mole. So 0.5 moles. What we need to find? We need to find number of atoms present in SO2. If you take 1 mole SO2, 1 mole SO2 have, just a moment, 1 mole SO2 possesses 3 moles of atoms, 1 sulfur atom and 2 oxygen atoms. So 3 moles of atoms. If you take half mole, you will get 1.5 moles of atoms, or we write as 3 by 2 moles of atoms. So we can write mole as Avogadro number. So 3 by 2 into Avogadro number of atoms. So answer is option 2. Which of the following has maximum mass? So we need to find mass here, maximum mass. Now find every option. Given 0.1 gram atom. Gram atom is 1 mole of atoms. 1 mole carbon is 1 mole C612 is equal to 12 grams. But they have taken only 0.1 moles, means 1.2 grams. This is 6.02 into 10 power 22. 6.02 into 10 power 23 is 1 mole. But they have taken 6.02 into 10 power 22 means only 0.1, right? 0.1 moles, right? So how to convert number of atoms means number of moles equal to number of atoms by Avogadro number. Number of atoms by Avogadro number. From there you will get number of moles. So divide this with Avogadro number, you will get number of moles. Number of moles is 0.1. 0.1 molecules of H2. If you take H2, H2 is equal to 2 grams. If you take 0.1 moles means it will be 0.2 grams. Similarly, 1 mole of ammonia, 0.1 mole of ammonia. Ammonia means nothing but NH3. If you take 1 mole, it is 17 grams. 0.1 mole means 1.7 grams. Next, 1120 ml of carbon dioxide at STP. Now, 1120 ml means we can write as 1.12 liter. Now, number of moles equal to 1.12 liter by 22.4 liters. So, you will get 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means nothing but, 1 by 20. 1 by 20 is nothing but 0.05 moles. If you take 1 mole CO2, 1 mole CO2 is equal to 44 grams. Carbon is 12, oxygen 16, 2s are 32, totally 44 grams. Right? So, if it is 0.5 moles, that means 22 grams. 0.05 moles, that means you will get it as 2.2 grams. So, the correct answer here is option 4. So, comparatively higher mass. Next. The total number of electrons present in 18 ml of water. If it is 18 ml of water, now we know the density of water as, we know density of water equal to 1 gram per ml. Density of water is 1 gram per ml. If they have given 18 ml means 18 grams. 18 grams means 1 mole. 1 mole of water weighs 18 grams. Now if you take H2O, how many electrons are present? Hydrogen have 1 electron, another hydrogen, another 1 electron, oxygen 8 electrons, so totally 10 electrons. Now they have taken 1 mole means 10 mole of electrons. So 10 mole of electrons means we write 6.022 into 10 power 24. So let me continue. Volume of 1 gram hydrogen at STP. Volume of 1 gram hydrogen at NTP. Generally NTP means we have to take 22.7 liters, but I told you to take 22.4 liters here itself because approximately same, but there is a significant difference, right? So volume of 1 gram hydrogen. 1 gram hydrogen means half mole because H2 is nothing but 2 grams. 1 gram means half mole, that means 0.5 moles. 1 mole is 22.4 liters means 0.5 moles is 11.2 liters. So answer is 4. 11 grams of a gas occupy 5.6 liters. 11 grams occupy 5.6 liters. That means what is the mass? So now say this. 11 grams is 5.6 liters. If it is 22.4 liters, then it will be 11 by 5.6 into 22.4, which is equal to 44 grams. That means 1 mole, 22.4 means 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 44 grams. That means molecular weight is 44. Molecular weight is 44. Now check the molecular weight here. Nitrogen 14, oxygen 16. Totally 16 plus 14, 30. Nitrogen is 14, oxygen is 16. Totally 30. N2O4. Nitrogen 14 2s are 28, oxygen 16 4s are 64. So it is a 12, 9, 92. Carbon 12, 16, 28. CO2 12 plus 32, 44. So which is having that weight? So you will get it as 44. So this is the correct answer. Right? Question number 6. At NTP, 5.6 liters weighs 8 grams. Now 5.6 liters is 8 grams means 22.4 liters equal to 8 4s are 32. 32 grams is molecular weight. Then what is the vapor density? Already we discussed it. Molecular weight is equal to 2 times of vapor density. Molecular weight is equal to 2 times of vapor density. So vapor density equal to 16. So this is the correct answer. Now coming to question number 7. Vapor densities of two gases are in the ratio 1:3. Vapor densities of two gases are in the ratio 1:3. their molecular masses are in the ratio. Vapor densities ratios are 1:3 means what is molecular weight ratio? So we can write molecular weight ratio as molecular weight 2 by molecular weight 1 is equal to vapor density 2 by vapor density 1. Vapor density ratio is 3:1, right? Or take it as 1:3. If I take it as 1:3, molecular weight ratio is also 1:3. So directly related. So we write it as 1. So this is the correct option. So we have discussed in this lecture regarding what is mole, different ways of classifying matter, what is homogeneous, what is heterogeneous, what is molecule, element, compound, different phases of physical forms of matter, and we discussed about Avogadro number, some conversions, what is relative atomic mass, absolute mass, what is gram atom, definition of AMU, then molar volume, that means volume of 1 mole of atoms, what is average atomic mass, average molecular mass, what is vapor density, absolute density, and some problems related to it, right? So better I will stop the lecture today here.